So what I thought is that the people I have in my life, I'm going to create content, having some meaningful conversations with them. It could be like a general discussion. It could be travel related, it could be personal, it could be anything, like for instance. And I feel if there are some really nice sound advice that might come out of a conversation, I will post it. So I'll probably do a bit with you, a piece with some friend of mine. It could be like just random. This is something which I'm just trying. So we'll see how it goes. So while we are here, and because we have some time to kill, I thought let's discuss the things which we any which ways discuss off the camera. So what do you think, like how important is it for somebody to travel?
It's very important. I think so. It adds a lot of different perspective
Hmm.
to your thoughts, to your personality, to your way you do things, and so on. I think so. It makes you even sometimes when you travel to completely different cultures, it makes you more adaptable as well.
Yes.
So yeah, it's amazing if you have that opportunity to travel across the world. It's amazing.
I completely agree with you on this because, like, not just travel the world, but at least start by traveling in your own country. I feel like because so especially for people like us, who we are from India, but India is a huge, huge country with so many people. It's an amalgamation of different languages, cultures, religions. So I feel like even if you feel that okay, you don't have enough money to travel abroad, or maybe you're too young, start traveling in your own country first, because like especially with India, I feel how diverse the country is. Like the moment you go to another state, the language, the clothing, to a certain extent, like the religion, but not religion, but the customs and belief system, or also the food, it changes completely. So there's so much to explore and learn and also adapt, because some things which are probably for something as basic as like some things which are not very common in north is very common in south. And once you travel down south, you'll kind of discover different things, and you'll be able to kind of draw differences between the different states, the food and other things, and also kind of understand the differences and accept it. So I somehow feel that also becomes a part of your personality, and that is also counted as a growth in your own personal development kind of a area, I feel. And how early you think people should start traveling, like how, at what age or how young they should be?
I think so as early as possible because when you are young, you are more adventurous. You are uh, more adaptable by nature, right?
Yes.
Like you can stay in hostels, you can meet new people, you can make new friends. I know personally people who started traveling very young. They used to stay in hostels. They have friends almost everywhere in the world. And when you hear the backstories, they all met in a hostel during traveling. Then the hostels make groups for them to do like pub crawling and so on. Right?
Yeah.
And then they meet.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I think. And just to your previous thought, right? If I can add example of what we were discussing in the morning. So I've been vegan for almost 5 years, right? But after moving to Bangkok, when we started traveling Southeast Asia, we realized that in Buddhist culture, the monks or that they have one meal as J meal, which is basically vegan minus some more restrictions, right?
Yes.
And then whenever you travel anywhere, if you find any Buddhist monastery, it's very easy for you to find vegan food. We have tried this in Hong Kong, Malaysia, several different cities in Thailand. So yeah,
And
this
we've
is
enjoyed the meal. It's not
exactly.
as if we are trying to kind of, because there are no options, we are going to those places and eating the food. The food really tastes nice. It's not as if like we are trying to accommodate with the meal.
And this is one of the things, like as an example, that we learned. Like there is,
Yes.
if I need to find a vegan food in a country where it's not easily available, I just need to look for a monastery, a Buddhist monastery, and I can easily find.
Yeah. And also, just to add on to what you said, like in terms of traveling, and you need to travel young. Also, there's one more part of it which I feel you unconsciously develop, which is being aware of your surroundings. So, when you are traveling with your parents versus when you're traveling alone or traveling with your friends, your mindset is very, very different. Like, just giving an example. So, when you're traveling with parents, you don't need to worry about other things like something as basic as collecting your luggage from which belt, or taking how we are going to go from the airport to the accommodation, and how far is the accommodation from the first destination you are going to. Like very basic stuff which I personally feel that you should understand while you're traveling alone or with your friends. And also you kind of become more alert when you're traveling in that scenario where you are aware of, okay, if there are people around you which seem sketchy, and you need to be aware of your belongings. You can't be like just careless and casual in a new country, because you'll end up losing a lot of belongings, I feel, if it's not a safe country. But that shouldn't stop you from traveling into a new country. It's just that it makes you more aware of your surroundings and how to be also street smart. You kind of develop all the things on the go while you're traveling alone with your friends, or just alone, like solo traveling. So some things which I felt like personally when I started traveling at a very young age in new countries and exploring things with new people I meet, I unconsciously developed how to be aware about my surroundings and how to make the right decisions. Like it could be something as simple as if you want to go to a particular concert or not with certain people around you or with certain friends, you start making more sound decisions for yourself when you're traveling alone, which I feel every single person needs to, I don't know, like to know, or it should just come naturally to you. And this will only happen when you're traveling alone or with your friends, because with parents they will always protect you, and that's how it should be. But then to get that feeling of traveling solo or being on your own and taking care of your stuff, being safe but also enjoying the new country and exploring it with new people, I feel it's a very important part of traveling. And there's so many things I feel the more you travel, the more new people you meet with different beliefs, different culture, you begin to understand the differences. Like something which might be very common in your own country is not at all even I don't know, like a point of discussion in other countries, or it could be the other way around. Something which is very no or a taboo in our country is very okay in other cultures, other religions, and you should be accepting of the other people the way they are. So I think it's an integral part of everybody's personality and the development. I feel.
The example to that is like mixed dorms, right? Like,
Yes.
I mean, it's if you talk to someone who is like culturally, traditionally very Indian still.
First, you need to explain what does mixed dorms mean.
Mixed dorm means like where you have multiple beds, like a dorm, but all male female can stay together. That's called mixed dorms, right? Like mixed school, like
It's like a
co-ed
dormitory.
school.
It's short for dormitory, where you have like bunk beds, and you are kind of staying together with other genders at the same time. And there is nothing wrong with that in
Yeah.
the outside world, because people are minding their own businesses. You come, all you have to manage is your accommodation, and your own routine. And if there is somebody you're not okay with or comfortable with, you don't need to even interact. You're basically paying for the bed and not for the whole room, because for some students who are traveling alone, it becomes very expensive to buy a hotel room. So many of the students, or even the solo travelers, they go ahead with dormitories, and they end up meeting good people. So yeah, mixed dorms can be a very like a cultural shock for some people, but yeah, it's absolutely normal in other countries. Also, I feel clothing is such an important part of religion and your culture, and and it kind of changes with every country you go to. In some cases, wearing really short dresses might not be considered be okay, and it's absolutely the opposite in other countries. So again, be respectful, be respectful and accepting of people and the culture they come from, or the religion they practice, or the faith and beliefs they have, is an important part of traveling and things you learn unconsciously. Perfect. Thanks for such a good conversation. I didn't know you could have some really nice gems to share with my people. Okay, bye.
You know I have the edit control over edit.